evening, whatever. Hey, what's up? I should make that text bigger so I don't have to squint. Actually noticed a little settings thing here. Dum-dum, let me turn this up so I can see better. Well, I'm gonna try and get some stuff done today, so hopefully that'll not be quite as bored. Yeah, so, Triple D, all you have to do is just play a map on, just do a build on Swamplands. There's no competitive aspect to it whatsoever. I know that this got a little bit muddy as it got whispered down the lane. It's not a competition. There's no metrics that we're measuring. There's no guidelines other than just build something on this map. We just want to see what people do with the same box of crayons. And obviously, you'd be on PS4. I don't think you would have that name and then play it on PC. So yes, that's exactly what it is, and yes, I'm where it came from. But there's no competitive aspect to it whatsoever. So I know some people are calling it a challenge. I don't really know what to call it, so I don't have an answer for that. So that's why I haven't really said anything about that. But it's not a challenge. It's not a head-to-head. It's not a free-for-all. It's just a. Here's a map. Let's see what we all end up with. So, today, I'm going to try and get some highway work done. Yeah. Oh shit! Wait. We'll just leave it here. Leave it here for a while. If anyone feels like following me, do it in 3 days. Because I stayed at 66 followers for a while, and that bugged me. I was like, can I just stay at 69 followers for a while? But no, by all means, follow me if you want to. Don't let the number keep you from it. And thank you for the follow, Triple D. So that's pretty self-explanatory as to what's going to end up going here. What ended up happening was all I did was I looked at a couple pictures of turbines and then attempted to do it off of a picture. So one half of this interchange is my first attempt at a turbine, and the second half of this interchange is my second attempt at a turbine. And I left it split down the middle just so we could see the differences between them and why I condensed it in the way that I did a little bit. Because the one side takes up more space, but the other side seems to be a little bit, like... Okay, so the old side would be this side. And, turbines can basically work in a few different ways. The main aspect of a turbine is that your left turn goes out in a big circle before it comes back around to become your left turn. Looking at pictures, there's variations of what the right turn is able to do in a turbine. A lot of people put it on the outside, but in order to make it one big swoop and not have this, like, wiggle, which some of you guys know I'm not a big fan of, don't really like the double wiggle back thing too much. Hey, that's a really good reason to stay inside. and that is incredibly fucked up. In order to make that wiggle go away, I would have had to take up even more space, and with the old design, it was 12 bars from this point to that point on the other side. So what I did is they made it closer to like 8.5 bars. First thing that I did different was I pulled the right turns in, but because there's such a height difference, I didn't want to do a swoop because it would have been a ridiculously steep swoop. So I had to learn how to make a consistent curl that changes height, so I have a formula for that now, so that's good. And, yeah, it's not as big as the other one, so I've got to apply that in the other city and hope that I can remember exactly how to do it. And get the highway up there to it. So, we'll go with this one. So I've got to figure out how to apply that in here. All good, thanks for stopping through. And thank you for the follow. Was a rough estimate of about how much space the old one was going to take up, but the new one's not going to take up that much space. So what I did there was I put this node was one full bar away from the center point that I had before because I needed underground in order to do my measuring. So I have the center point. I'll go 1, 2, and a half bars out and mark that. And I'll go 2 and a half bars right when the other line shows up. That's 4. That's 5, so that makes it 2.5 bars or 25 cells. I'll do the same thing on these guys. 2.5, 24, 25 cells. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is... So... the spacing on these guys is they're really close to each other. Why is it only... Oh, God. Okay, well, that's fine. Okay. So I'll just start here. The spacing on them is just barely, the 4-lane road, just barely overlapping with the circles. And do the same thing on the other side. So I'm pretty sure this is the spacing that I used. And the reasoning for that, okay, and then extend that out. That's 1 bar in each direction, so I'll go out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just in case. Pick the same spacing. Do something over here. Okay. Just too slow for me today. That's not much better. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. sure that you have your steep all the way at the bottom. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then do the same spacing with these guys, but at a height of 6. So just go 1 bar out from the center. There. Just go 1 bar out from the center for now. I try not to pull them any longer than 3 at a time, just to be safe. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would equal to 6 of them because we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. Turn that back around. Okay. Okay. Now, what the hell were these nodes down here for? You go 1, 2, 3 clicks up. You do the first one on the underground node. So on that circle there. It's way easier. Why am I putting that thing underground? It's way easier to actually grab the spot when there's something on that exact node underground. 1, 2, 3 above ground. So I'm going to draw lines. Yeah, I'm going to draw lines counterclockwise. This one might be a little bit rough to get this in the right spot. Yep. Okay. If you have to, you go down here. It's 2 clicks past that, where that one was. So 1, 2, and you have the same trick with the node being underground. So 1, 2, 3 clicks above ground. Click on the node that's underground. That one. Not out as far as it is. Okay, so same height. 1, 2, 3. It might actually be easier to go out 1, 2, and do the outside one first, and then come back into the node that you left at 25 cells. Basically, this is a 25 cells out. This is a 27 cells out from the center. Okay, do the same thing over here. 1, 2 clicks. Do that. Do that. 2 clicks past it. Draw that. Go. 2 clicks past that. Okay, so those are all pointed in the same direction, but you're gonna need... You need to point one of them backward, I think. Wait, hang on. Yes. See, one of them, let's draw them in the other direction as well. Okay, now because this one is going to have your left turn get on the outside of the ring and get off the inside of the ring, everything goes from the outside to the inside, you take your outside path and run it up here using the curve tool. You go up here and you line it up with the inside one because we're going from the outside to the inside. Okay. Probably should have just drawn all these backward, not forward, but okay, lesson learned. Either way, in order to save this spot, when you delete this one, in order to draw the line, you have to put something else there in order to save that mark. So take the outside one to the inside one. Save their spot on the outside. And then do it again. You take the outside one to the inside line. Right? Yep. Outside to the inside. And then take... Let's see. Actually, hang on. Give me just a minute here.
Square Packages, the packaging specialists, are proud to present a box on both your houses. The untold story of the invention of the box and the family rivalry that nearly destroyed it. It's a tale about opening your heart, finding acceptance, and inventing the most efficient means of shipping and packaging that mankind has ever known. Proving that to find what's in your soul, you have to look outside the box and into another box, which is a house, your home. And that truly is the greatest box of all. Tune in every Wednesday at 8 for this once-in-a-week time television event, A Box on Both Your Houses, presented by Square Packages, the packaging specialists.
Say cheese, it's Cheese Week at Big Bite Burgers and Fries. All this week, in addition to our regular menu, try our all-you-can-eat signature sides, like our famous
Well,
bowl
this is
full of
being
melted
really
cheese, served
unresponsive.
steamy and bubbling. It's the
Not the
bottomless juggler,
game.
or
I'm
our
doing
New
something else.
Orleans-inspired pork sandwich, the
Okay.
Pig Cheesy, and our signature flagship, the spicy blue cheese-topped jalapeno cheese blucher. So hurry in and get them while
Okay.
they last. After all,
Just
why
do
take a
that
little
real
bite
quick.
when you can take a big bite?
Coffee, fuel of the modern economy. The
Okay,
age-old
sorry about that.
Italian tradition of burning beans and drinking the bitter bean juice. At Burn Bean Coffee, our environment is
Said I'm
perfect
gonna do
for
the same
all
thing
of
over
your
here.
work needs. There's no better place
to
to
save
be
the spot from the
distracted
outside.
than the Burn Bean Coffee Shop. Coffee technicians are trained
And take
to
the
make
outside
a variety
one.
of
Oops.
coffees and sugary coffee-themed drinks just as you like it, all while generally making more noise than anyone
So
could
these are going to
reasonably
follow
ignore.
the same curve,
So
so
drink up and let the productivity flow.
just take the
Sippy
spot
sip
right
coffee
next to it.
fans,
Try really hard
Burn
not to get
Bean
sucked onto
Coffee.
any
Get
other
it while it's hot. Do the research
any other lines or anything. If you have to turn your sensitivity, if you have to turn your sensitivity down in order to not fly all over the place, and do that.
This is the relaxation.
Then I'm going to take the outside line and run it to the inside, because it's the way everything is spiraling here. Outside to in. Okay. You don't need any of these straight legs off of them. Everything is going to follow the same curve. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put... match up the curve on both the inside and the outside, just for the next cell in, or the next one in. You know what I mean? Now the reason that the one I designed is so big because places like this need to be flat all the way across. That way, then they can have the height difference closer to each other. It's whatever. It's so it ends up being smoother in the long run. So I've got that one over this way, so I'm going to take this and do that. This is fairly simple. It seems really complicated, but as soon as it clicks in your mind, you're like, oh, okay, real easy. I need to get off of this one and onto that. I need to get off of this one to get onto that, because they're just my left turns. I'm not dealing with the right turns right now. So, this one's got to come back and go down to connect to this guy, and this guy has to come around and go up to connect to this guy. Pretty simple. So I'm going to start with the one that goes up. So, using the free tool is how I do this to follow things parallel. It'll give you the node right next to it, usually. And then one click up. Right there. You might have to argue for it. Oh wait, that's not actually how I do this one. Okay. Then in order to make this turn a little bit different, actually come in a little bit and then go up. Because this has to turn and then swoop. In order to make this turn not as intense, I'm starting it back here instead of starting it up here. Instead of having it... Okay. So, my first iteration had this. And then you'd come up. But I did not like that sharpness, the sharpness of that turn. So, what I do instead is, from here, you come in a little bit more, and then you start to turn out early. Sorry. And then, that's actually right where I'm going to need it, but I'll use the curve tool just in case. Alright, so we've got that there. So this is the on-ramp onto the ones that are all turning left. So we are going to follow the line on this one a little bit more. So we're going to follow it for this next node, and the one after that. So, all three of them are on the same right here. But then, in this direction, this one starts to break off, and in this direction, this one starts to break off. And all this one does is it just goes straight for almost a whole bar, until it gets to that node. And then it goes down one. Okay. And my right turns are actually going to come off of the middle, so that's why these guys didn't come up to hug the 2-lane, because they're actually going to end up doing... Actually, let's see here. Could just do it right there. That's one bar. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So that'll be there. Whoop, not that guy. So we got this one. Does not need to go quite that far. So I'm gonna go from this node and go 5, 4, 3 clicks out. Just to get the spot for this node here. Actually, you know what? Nope. I'm just going to do it all the way to here. So you go next to this one. You're not going to get right next to it because it's 3 lanes wide. and you use the curve tool, go out to click on this line, and then bring it straight to there. Okay. So, that's how the left turns work in one corner. Note this is just coming off of the highway and into the left turn system, and this is when the left turn system throws something back onto the highway. However, the same thing applies in the next corner. This one needs to go down to that because you come off of the inside, right? You come onto the outside, off of the inside. So this one needs to start going down because this one's lower. Don't worry, this one will need to go up again, and then this one will need to go down. So we go even with it, or right next to it, and then we go down, and then this time we come in an extra click. Remember to click down, and then you start the turn early by coming back into that first click, and there you go. And the same thing applies with the 3 lanes, because all of our right turns are going to be dealt with on the inside. Our left turns are first and last, if that made sense. So, just take this to 1 bar, do that. Run this guy back to there. Okay. Excuse me a second. Sorry. Stuff caught in my throat a little bit. Fine. So, same thing with the logic of 3 lanes. If anything, that might be a little bit longer, but probably not. I'm going to see if I can get all these to be the same length this time. Get over there, that'd be great. Probably not. No, because it comes off and then it has that straight bit. That's right, I gotta do that this way up here too. So to match the way I did that other one, I'm gonna stay even with it, but remember to go up. Stay even with it, and go up. So again, over here, all 3 of these nodes are parallel to each other, but they're at different heights. Because this one's on its way down, this one's on its way up, and this one's on its way through. Then you take this one, and come out to, not all the way to the full bar, but where that one is. Remember to go up. And then you go out to the actual bar itself. That's a little on the long side. Whatever. Make sure everything's going that way. Yeah, that'll work. I think that'll look okay once it's all done. Well, what do we do about the right turns? Because so far this is left turns. I don't know how many of you that are here were here when I looked at the design on the test bench, but this is where it gets interesting. Well, at least for me. That outside part was the easier part for me to figure out, rather than figuring out how to do these loops exactly the same every time. So what I'm doing now is I'm giving myself a marker along this road. It's just a marker underground. I don't need these anymore. So I can get rid of that. So I'm going to just give myself a marker along this road. So let's see. Let's... on that... oh, and I need a marker along here. A marker along here. So where these two cross... even if you can't sit exactly on it, just know. 2, if you can't get on it, you have... okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then go up the 6 clicks to be... actually, no, only 5 clicks. Then you use the curve tool, and you go out 5 clicks, which is right when the line shows up, right when the extra markers show up, and then you go out 5 again. Remember to drop down. Now, it might be really difficult to actually nail that, but yeah, same. Same. It was rough for me too. So now, down on the ground, the spot we want is 1 click past that, I think. Yeah. So not that node. Put the next one in. That one, if you can grab it. If you have to move things around in order to actually put the node directly under it, fine, but that's what we want. Not here, not even with this one. Actually, what we want is it 2 clicks ahead of wherever this one ended up. So this one ended up here, 1, 2 clicks ahead of it, but over here. Now we do the same thing, we do a 5 by 5. The line just showed up, that's 5. Now we go over. The line just showed up, that's 5, and click up, because you're going up. That was from ground level to +1. Now, just to make things look a little easier for you guys, I'm going to take the ends and put these on here. You can go just to that first node if you want, or stretch it out as far as it'll go, and take that just to make it a little bit swoopier, but I'm not. Just to make everything easy, I'm just going to take that first node, which was there. Okay. So. Oh wait, let me put this other one in here first. You can go just to that node. This one I'm actually going to pull it as far as it'll let me, because it's changing elevation in here. So I'll give that one some extra space. Okay. Now, I turn this off to make this way easier. So that was a 5 by 5. So I think this needs to be... I actually wrote this down earlier. Hang on. So I wouldn't have to guess now. Those are 55s. That's a 54 and a 45 and a 44. Okay. So when I say 55 or 54, I mean you go out. 5 clicks would be when the bars show up. So that's the first number. And then when I say a 54, that's 5 out, and then 4 over. So that's 5, because the line showed up. Back up 1, that's 4. Remember, we're going up, so 1 up on the D-pad to move it up. Then this one's a 44. Remember to go up, and then this one's a 45. There's 5, go back to 4, and see how the spot is at 5. Because what it does is it goes 55, 54, 44, 45, and then 55 again. So it gets slightly tighter over here, but it does it at the same ratio on both sides of the curve. So, and it manages to have both of these on the outside. So it actually goes from the outside to the outside, because it just winds around like that. So that's a curly that I like, that I'm going to try and do consistently. Hopefully you'll see more of that one from me. You're about to see 3 more times for this interchange design, though. I'm going to use lane math through this whole thing. So there's my 4 lanes that I always run with. There goes one off into the system of left-hand turns. Okay. Drop the lane. Now we've got 3 lanes. I'm going to drop down to 2, where the other one just goes up and does my right-hand turn. It's a curly Q because it has to raise up 6 clicks. Let me make that 3 lanes up here. That's why this couldn't be smack against that, because it... Yeah, because it's going to be 3 lanes. That's what I was saying about the 3-lane logic and all. Okay. So that's one corner, quote-unquote, done. So now just do the same thing 3 more times. I mean, basically, yes. So what that was... From where those points crossed... I go out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There is one. Anyone who wants
Raise
it
up.
can have it.
1,
You just
2,
have to ask
3,
for it.
4,
Our
5.
3-day sleepaway camp is the perfect place to strike it rich. Who are we? Well, we're the #1 dream makers in the region. And you are a motivated,
We go out
driven,
5.
confident individual who has a desire to make it big.
And I go out
Run!
5.
Don't walk.
It's not
Keep your
even
heart
with
rate
that.
above
It's
120.
1 in
This
front
is
of it.
exciting. This offer is just for you.
Drop
because
down.
you deserve it.
Come alone.
So don't wait. The early bird catches the worm, and the worm is a bus at 143
That's another
industrial
5.
way that leaves it gone.
That
So
curls into
grab
a
destiny by
4.
the horns. Go on, grab
So
it.
that's
It's yours
5,
for
that's
the
4.
taking. Money for nothing.
Remember to click down.
At the Forest Foundation, we care
Now
about
this is
3
the-
things. Tree
tightest
things,
part of the
nature
curve
things,
is the
and
44.
third thing, bird things. The homes of native birds are being destroyed at an alarming rate.
A 54 and a 45 are the same thing, just opposite of each other. One is out 5 and in 4, one's out 4 and in 5.
It's time we invited birds indoors with the rest
Alright,
of
so
us.
there's the
Do your
44.
part and text Dirty
There's the
Birdie to
45
3030
that
to
comes
donate a
after
bird
it.
bath to 30 birdies. You can either be part of
There's the
problem, or you
55
can
that
be
comes
with
after
us,
that.
The Forest Foundation.
I'm on the ground, right? Yep, because I clicked down
It's
enough time.
Super
Cool.
Salmon Days down at Fish
Then I
Brothers.
bring this
For
one
a
in.
limited time, bring in any fish and get a chilled salmon entree free. You heard right. Bring in any fish and get a free chilled salmon entree. And I mean any fish. Got a swordfish lying around? Bring it in. Got a goldfish you're sick of feeding? Bring it in. Got a fish that's been
Okay,
sitting in
don't
the
actually
sun?
need the markers on this side
Bring it
anymore.
in. Don't throw it in with the rest. What we do with the fish is nobody's business but ours. Just enjoy your salmon $8.99 with our famous stew. So, welcome on into Fish Brothers Seafood themed restaurant where
Let's make
everything's
this
a
even
great
with
catch.
that one, so it's right there.
Relaxation Station.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep building this and not explain it quite as much this time around. Okay, so this is the inside of.
Seus lábios molhados, seus lábios molhados, suaves como el
Click up. Yep.
esse segredo para eu guardar dentro do meu peito, dentro do meu peito. Me abraçou quando me beijou. Seus lábios molhados,
Okay.
Seus lábios molhados, suaves como mel. Diz um segredo para eu guardar dentro do meu peito. Dentro do meu peito.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna count them just in case, but I'm pretty sure it's just one click past those. So, the one that I can barely grab onto, that one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I know, it's just one past it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clicks up. And actually, what you could do to make this a little easier is from there, draw up to here. Then go through, turn this off. Turn off the dots. Then you go. Then you won't get stuck on any lines. So you do 5 out, 5 over. Remember to click down. Then you go 5 out, 4 over. Remember to click down. 4 over. 4 over. Or 4 out, 4 over, you know what I mean? 4 and 4. Okay, now we're going to start widening it out a little bit again. So we go 4. I hope I remember to click down. And then you go to 5, click down. Then you go 5, and 5. Click down, you should be on the ground. There you go. Then you just bring that in. Get everything facing the same way. Alright, there's that one. Put your dots back on. So we know, just from practice, that it's going to be one click in front of this guy. That might not always be the case, but because this one's managed to stay parallel the whole time, it's fine. Okay. Bring it in as far as it'll go. Turn this off. Nope, nope, nope. Do your 55. Okay, so there's your 55. There's your 54. There's your 44. There's your 45. And then you should have a 55. These are not parallel with each other. You snake just past it. I go as far as I can, and then 1, 2 in. At least the ones on the ground. The ones in the air, I go out as far as I can and drop them. Okay, go ahead and get rid of the markers underground. Let's take, I think that's the only piece that's in the direction. I just decided last minute I wanted these to not have the sound barriers on the ground level. Okay. So that's all right. Just make sure that I've got all of this correct. Okay, so that's in. And hopefully that wasn't too much to follow and you guys are actually able to crank one of these out yourself. It's a little chunky, but it's not too bad. So let's see. Now, connect it up with them guys out here. Let's go from right here. Yeah, let's see how big it ended up being, end to end. It's the same length in all four directions. Let's just see how long it ended up being. I think it was somewhere around 8.5 bars. Might be 9. I really hope it's not 9. So we'll go from right here, which is the edge of where it starts, and we'll just measure. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shit. Okay, well, instead of it being 12 bars across, it's 10 bars across. I could make it 8 bars across if I squeezed this turn in. It would be... Actually, it would be much smaller. Let me see if I like the look of that. Okay, so in order to get that to fit, I'd have to just do this. And I would come up half a bar from there. Go even further up. So even with this guy, let's try. It's 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll try 7. I mean, it would save me a whole bar if I were to trim a half bar off of each side. Or I could just leave it the way it is, because it's smoother. Or I'd leave it the way it was, because it's smoother. So the whole thing is this big because it's supposed to be smoother. So, it's the whole point. I'm gonna do it this way instead. Okay, well, it'll work. So now I need to get this hooked up to a main highway. Well, a couple of them. Okay. Should I just iron all this down and see where I'm at? Probably going to be the easier way, even if I pull the land around it when I'm done. This is probably going to be the easier way to do things. So let's just do that. I guess I'll take it from here, or rather, a little bit earlier. Yeah, I'll take it as early as I can. So, see how these nodes are just over the border? If you place something on a road, it'll create a node there. So I know those guys are at a height of 6 clicks above the ground. I wonder how high these guys are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8. So they're like 8 clicks above the ground. So what we could do is go 8. Right? 8. 7. And then 6. Alright, double check. Click on that. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
We are the law. Accountant. The law accounting. I know what you're thinking. Are we lawyers? Are we
1, 2,
accountants?
3, 4, 5, 6,
well,
7.
It's a complicated question, probably requiring the services of a lawyer.
6.
And an accountant. Is that us? Well, what do you think? Seems to me that there's a lot of you out there who might need the use of the law accounting.
I'm just going to use the
But
curve
that's
tool.
not legal advice. That's life advice. In fact, we're legally
too
barred
far.
from providing legal advice.
Let's just
the
bring it
law
further down.
accounting. Officially unlicensed since 2005.
What does it feel like to drive a cloud? What does it feel like to steer a river? What does it smell like to smell a mountain? At Jubilee, we're committed to letting you do the impossible. And now we've succeeded in letting you drive the undrivable. The Jubilee Dementia. The car
I
engineers
don't like
said
how that
shouldn't be
looked.
made. Test drive one today and experience what scientists for decades claimed was beyond the realm of safe driving. Jubilee. Be reasonable or be fast.
Back again with a little tip for you on how to host the perfect party. It's not about the food. It's not about the lighting. It's about the beats. But you can serve
Oh,
beats.
come on.
Put a nice
There we
balsamic
go.
on them and roast them for half an hour. Just make sure to those are good beats. Man, I'm hungry.
Okay. I've got that in. So I guess the next obvious step is to try and get this routed through here and connected to this guy, so I can have some of the loop going here. That is kind of a chunky interchange, but we'll decorate it up with trees and everything. It'll look great. It's obnoxious. Again, if it's got 4 full-size spirals in the middle of it that just do the right turn. Alright, that's just... that looks excessive when you put it in a city, but I like it. It's cool. I wish it wasn't in the corner of the map, but that's where I have the space for it, so that's where it's going. I do like how compact the double trumpet can be. Its outside turns make it a little bit chunkier, but its inside turns are all pretty tight. Okay. Let's see, where's this bit of highway gonna go? I mean, up to the farmland, or should it stay? No, it shouldn't be below farmland. Farmland is usually a little bit downhill from the things near it. Well, sometimes. It's also up on the hills. Now, let's bring it up to the hill. I'd rather bring it up. Then again, I could just build everything on the floor. build everything on the floor and then bring everything else up to it. I might like where this is going. And then do the same thing again, so I know I have the same curve. Take this one and go out to... No. And tighten the curve a little bit. I'll stay at that tighter one. Yeah. Yep. Keep it at that. Yep. It's gonna have to go up over that. So 1, 2, 3 clicks up, and it should be able to cross it easily. Hopefully, we'll find out. Let's see if we can get this through here the way I want. It's actually... We'll give it another one flat. This looks like we really need. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, I don't think the other side's gonna make it. Really? Really? That is so awesome, I'm gonna take it. Alright. Okay. I will actually be back in a few seconds. Not a few seconds, I'll be back in a couple minutes. I need to use the restroom, so I'll be back. Alright. I am back. Well, I just barely gave me that bridge. Like, I almost feel like I shouldn't. Like, that's... whatever. Okay, that's not what I'm working on right now. I was working on getting this to over there. So. Is that another one of those, like, too low to be true situations? Let's see. Nope, you don't actually hit the ceiling. It's damn close, though. That other one was like, I'm gonna smack my head on this real quick. Okay, so I know I needed to come around through here. Kinda, sorta. Let's get this other one out from the other. Let's work it from the other end. I'm gonna work it from this side.
Colossal Ore. We are the leading producer of minerals, ore,
I don't
and
know, I just feel
natural
like it might be
resources.
easier.
Which means you're benefiting from our services whether you know us or not. No matter what our critics say, at Colossal we care about our employees as well as our customers, which is why we work so hard to get our miners back in the mines where they feel at home. Together we can reunite minerals with the people who love them. Colossal Ore. More than ore.
The wait is over. It's finally here. Friday night chili bowling at Andy's Bowling Alley. Every Friday night,
which height
anyone who
is City
buys
Height?
at least 2 games of bowling gets a
This
free
is
bowl
City
of chili.
Height, right?
So don't wait. Book a lane now.
Yes.
Due to recent incidents, the chili will only be distributed at the end of your visit. That way you can enjoy it wherever you want. In a park, at home, or on a construction site. In the meantime, you'll have all the fun that bowling can provide. So
What the
come
hell
on
height
back
is
and be
this?
reminded that
Nothing.
you're not actually that good at bowling. Andy's Bowling Alley.
So that's not one that I need.
The relaxation station. For
Alright, I
those
guess I'll
looking
just
for
build it
something
at this,
smooth
on this
while
floor.
on the move.
Feels really shitty to have the whole city basically be on the same floor, but it helps to build the highway like that. It'll make it smoother. Well, it helps to keep it smooth. You could always just do the whole thing on land, but this way I can do my interchanges under my highways and then bring the land up around it, and it still looks like I dug out the interchange, which I didn't. Did the exact opposite. Okay. Oh, cool. Thank you for the lurk. I'm just gonna be working on this. I'm probably not gonna be saying a whole lot because, well, nobody's really chatting, and it does start to drive me crazy just explaining this to the wall. So, and this is just highway stuff, so I think I'm just gonna mic off for a little bit, or I'll respond to chat if it, pops up. So, yeah.
apparel. Italian leather, Italian threading. Pernu is Italian for jean jacket. We take the second best of Milan and with an appropriate markup bring it to you. Just because you don't have taste doesn't mean you shouldn't have pants. Pernu apparel. Clothes, but not quite. Carb up with yakisoba, the noodle masters. No matter what stage of life you're in, we have the perfect noodles for you. From birthday noodles to wedding noodles, all the way to those most final of noodles. Every occasion has a noodle at yakisoba, so experience something different. Yakisoba. It literally means fried noodles.
Saddle up in the mornings with Jimmy and the Stallion, the only morning show featuring DJ Jimmy Fries and a 4-year-old quarter horse named Clover.
This is Jimmy Fries coming to you from Studio 2. Whoa, whoa! Looks like someone's horsing around. Okay. Easy, boy.
They'll play your favorite hits, give out great prizes, and laugh their way through your commute. Jimmy and the Stallion. Stable entertainment only on Cities Radio.
This is the Relaxation Station. Songs for when you just want to chill.
It's tech cameras. If you want the best, you have got to go big. That's why our cameras are the biggest on the market. Our shutters the loudest. Our lenses the longest. Cameras aren't paperweights. They're tools. Tools used to create. In fact, the most valuable camera is the one that you're afraid to take outside. Fault Tech. Only the best.
Coffee. Fuel of the modern economy. The age-old Italian tradition of burning beans and drinking the bitter bean juice. At Burn Bean Coffee, our environment is perfect for all of your work needs. There's no better place to be distracted than the Burn Bean Coffee Shop and Cafe. Our coffee technicians are trained to make a variety of coffees and sugary coffee-themed drinks just as you like it, all while generally making more noise than anyone could reasonably ignore. So drink up and let the productivity flow. Sippy sip coffee fans, Burn Bean Coffee. Get it while it's hot. Due to recent court actions, we are required to warn against the drinking of coffee. I want to make sure you listeners out there get the best news to listen to all afternoon. So, if you have just send them over. Honestly, it would be nice to hear from you anyway. I mean, maybe we can start a pen pal sort of thing. No pressure, though. You can't force friendship.
Take me to the sunshine, to the sunshine. Take me to the sunshine, sunshine.
At Banhammer Bank, we want you to trust us with your money. Because it's with your money that we can make you more money. How? It's not funny business, it's money business. You give your money to us and it will grow with interest. That's the plan, at least. Maybe that's too complicated for you. Imagine planting a money tree in the ground and watering it. Hold on. Imagine if you had a money pet and you fed it more money, and after digesting it would... Okay. You want to go money fishing, so you use a little money to catch a big money. You know, just come in and talk to us. We have even more metaphors that allow us to avoid saying what we really do.
All I can hear
Okay, well, you know what? I think I'm starting to kind of run out of creative steam here. I don't know what it is with this build, but I cannot come up with ideas. Like at all. I don't know what it is, but I can't seem to think of anything good this time around. So, this is actually, the city stone actually been like crap. This is cohesive, like, I guess once I get some of the things in here fixed, it won't look so bad. But like, I don't know, right now I just think it looks terrible. And that kind of demotivates me to do anything with it. To mention I'm kind of low on energy lately, so I think that's probably going to be it for this session. Yeah, that sounds like what I'm going to do. So, I'm going to take a break for a while off stream. I can't say for sure whether or not I'll be back today, or if I'll be playing this if I come back. Honestly, I kind of want to play some of the new stunt races in GTA Online that are paying out triple this week, so I might be doing that later this evening. Some of you guys might pull me into some Minecraft too, I don't know. But I am going to be building again tomorrow, so I guess tomorrow I'm going to try and work on whatever the hell is going on in here. I'm not sure what I want to do. It's a cute little corner I've got here, I just don't know what the hell I'm doing with it. I've got a highway exit, I just need to figure out what I'm doing with it. I don't know. At least I got this interchange in. It is the first turbine that I've put in a city. It's only the second turbine that I've ever built, so kind of happy with that. Put some rocks around it and stuff, I don't know. It's gonna end up... I'm hesitant as to what I want to do with my highways across downtown. Because I know this spike is gonna have to go to something. And if it connects to downtown, people are going to want to go cut across the city. That's the problem we're going to have with traffic here, is people are going to want to cut across your city all over the place. So, prepare for that. So that's going to suck. I guess I need to make, like... I'm thinking of making a tunnel. Like, have this guy go over here, blah, 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 blah. Cross with a bridge. And then once it makes landfall... actually have there be a tunnel that just goes straight to over here. It doesn't do much of anything else. So if you're going all the way through, you stay in the tunnel. I don't know, or maybe just have one exit in the middle that comes up between the two of them. But they're going to have to connect to each other via a tunnel downtown. Not going to do it over downtown, I hope. And then out here, I've got to get the loop back around and connected to the airport. So I really think I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to make landfall here and then drop underground. guess this is such a high height here. I could drop it down and it could just come in and go underground right away. Come all the way up to here and come up to ground level. So, I don't know. I've really got to figure that out. That's kind of the problem. I have too many things that are being built at like the same height, so I don't know what the hell is going to happen here. Then I've also got more cargo rail I've got to deal with. It's just a bunch of mess that's starting to clog my head up again. Sorry I was away for a few days. Holiday weekend. Whatever. Oh, excuse me. But I guess that's gonna do it. So, on that note, thanks everyone who stopped in live. Thanks Triple G Plays PS4, new follow, and I'll be around. I don't know. I might be back later today. Maybe not. I'm gonna crash for a bit though. I'm just absolutely burnt on ideas. I don't know what the hell to do, which means I don't want to move forward and do something stupid. So, I'll be back later. Thanks everyone. I don't know when I'm gonna see you, but until then, I hope everybody has a good one.